Oh, Tom's here. Hello from Istanbul. Man, we have been busy.
Yeah.
Man, we have walked so many miles. We've been putting in some 20,000 step days and whew, man. So we've been busy. I know that the upload frequency has been a little bit off, but we have been busy and there's a lot of videos coming up. Trust me on that. We have a lot of stuff planned. I'm pretty excited about all the stuff planned. There's already stuff we have done that, you know, we're going to be uploading. I'm gonna try to get it done as soon as possible because we're actually gonna be so busy going and doing things. I don't know when I'm gonna find time to edit. Anyway, I hope you guys like the video that I just uploaded, the 5K 360 walk down Istiklal Street, really cool street. Reminds me of the street in Mexico City. I think Madera Street, something like that. It's the street right in the historic area where we were that we constantly walk down. Very similar. It's a walking street. Just really cool. Istanbul is just a walkable city. I've said that numerous times, but it's just my kind of city to walk. I just really like it.
Oh yeah, I'd like to let you guys know that we have a new friend.
We do. We have someone who's been visiting us quite frequently. He has been coming by daily, multiple times a day. Sometimes he comes too late at night when we're trying to sleep. Sometimes he comes early in the morning and wakes us up. He comes always wanting some food, and he always wants us to rub him.
And he's usually arriving through the window.
Yeah, he comes through the window, the 4th story window where we're at. He just pops up on the roof, jumps in the window, says, "Feed me," you know, and that's our new friend. Only in Istanbul.
His name's Tom.
Yeah, for Tomcat.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about a cat.
Yeah.
Tom's he's a cool guy. I saw him peeking out the window here one day, and I'm like, hey bro, how's it going? Because you'll see cats everywhere in Istanbul. It's such a cat-friendly city. I mean, is there more cats here than anywhere else in the world? I don't know, but it sure seems like it.
Everybody takes care of them. They leave food and water out, and it has a few nicknames, Istanbul does, for cats. The city of cats, and also Catstanbul.
Yeah, and it has, there's a documentary that goes over all the cats of Istanbul. There's a famous cat statue. Well, we'll talk about that later because that's in an upcoming video. There's not as many doggos, but there is also
Actually, information that I found said that there was more dogs.
Then cat,
I know, it's really weird.
Observationally, that just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Anyway, Tom, good guy. It's kind of cool. We went out and purchased a bunch of cat food for him after he ate our canned fish that we had. So he's been coming around. You know, he's been coming around a lot, and we don't have a litter box that we have to clean up. He comes, gets some pets. You know, B-Man will be up here for half hour. And then just put Tom to sleep, and Tom will be laying around for hours all day, sitting in the sun or something like that. And we call him Tom because Tomcat, you know, because he's a male cat. You know, he struts his stuff. He's kind of a big deal around here, I'd say. I think all the other cats know whose neighborhood this is. So, you know, Tom lives on the rooftops. You know, all these buildings are so close together that the cats can just go for blocks basically without having to get down because he just jump on the roofs.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's cool. It's fun. It's really fun just having a pet. Hopefully, people still feed him when we leave. We're gonna try to fatten him up a little bit. He's already pretty healthy, and I mean he's got freaking massive paws. He has a
good coat.
He's a strong male cat, and he's my kind of cat. And anyway, that's fun. It's been fun. So, but we have been getting out. We went to go see the Galata Tower. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like one of the main things you check off when you come to Istanbul. We went down there. It's in a really nice area, like an artsy area. Yeah. We walked around there. It's really nice. There's some studios and like art studios, nice little coffee shops, things like that. And we went down there because you can, go up in the Galata Tower, and they have an observational deck.
And restaurant.
Oh, we're going to have to stop. We're paused here because we have a vendor outside with a microphone selling, I don't know what he's selling. He's selling
vegetables and fruit.
Oh, it's the vegetable guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the vegetable guy. Anyway, is he done?
Oh, well, there's a motorbike going by now.
Okay. Galata Tower. So there is a observational deck that you can see. It's not like super tall. It's like, what's it considered? Like, do you have any idea?
196 feet
Yeah.
tall, I think.
So not too tall, but it is taller than all the surrounding buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 or 5 stories is like the max you're going to see around Galata Tower.
I think it has 9 stories. I'm not totally sure, but it was the tallest building in Istanbul when it was built.
Which was?
1348.
Okay, so
under the name Christia Turris, meaning Tower of Christ.
So just a few years ago, back in 1348, nearly 1,000 years ago, it was the tallest structure. It still is the tallest structure in its surrounding neighborhood.
Oh, it says 219.
Okay, it's 219 feet. And anyway, it was one of the ends of the big breaker chain.
Right.
That went across that little bit of water there, right off the Bosphorus. And then I guess on the other end, we don't know where that chain was, but that's what would prevent the boats from sailing up that little channel.
Yeah, and a number of different stories have been written because of it. I don't know if there were any other chains like it.
I've read like some fiction. Oh, Tom's here. You want me to let him in?
Yeah.
Let me go let him in. That's so funny. Okay, buddy, come here. Come here, Tommy Tom. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here. Here. I just want you to say hello to the camera. Just say hello to the camera. There you go. He's like, okay, what's happening here? Anyway, there's Tom. I'm going to close that window. All right, well, there goes Tom. Anyway, so there's Tom. Like I said, he comes in all hours of the day. Now he's going to go chill in the corner and sleep. Anyway, so Galata Tower. Unfortunately, we were not able to go up and to the top because it's under construction.
Yeah, getting renovated.
So right after Galata Tower, we kind of went a little bit later in the day. We had a very late lunch, early dinner at a nice place here in Taksim area. Yep. We just Googled it up and looked for something with high ratings, and took maybe 15, 20-minute walk to get there. It's on a little side street right off of Istiklal, and it ended up being really nice. Yeah. Really nice place. We got to try Rocky. Yeah. That's the alcoholic drink that's famous here in Istanbul, made from anise. So it's got like a black licorice taste.
Yeah, I really like it.
I don't. But I don't like black licorice, and she does. So if you like black licorice, and you like alcohol, of course, I would assume it's a pretty tasty drink. Yeah. And it's pretty strong too. So it smells like black licorice.
That's what that smells like.
Anise. Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
I love that.
That is totally your flavor. Me? Not so much.
Don't worry, I'll drink it for you.
Well, don't get me wrong. I might drink it. But definitely prefer something else. Anyway, really nice, really tasty place. Turkish food. I mean, fresh, delicious,
Yeah.
seasoned, very seasoned. Just anyway, very big fan, and we've been very happy with all our Turkish food endeavors.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much one for one. Every time we go out to a Turkish place that's highly rated, we have a great time. And every sit down place is usually about $60. And that's with, that's with drink, usually dessert, that's eating a pretty good meal. That's a sit down place. Now we have eaten cheaper.
Yep.
And we've eaten for $20. We had some pide, which is like a Turkish pizza, which will be in a new upcoming video. That was like $20. We had an even cheaper meal for like $8.
Yep.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But if you want to go sit down, nice kind of tablecloth kind of place, upper scale place for a family of 4, about 60 US is what we have been seeing. That's what we at the Balisi Kebab, at Antakya Multifagi, and at this place that we're talking about now, all around $60.
Tom's stretching out over there.
Tom. So after dinner, we went and found the Turkish Ice Cream Man. The Turkish Ice Cream Man. There's one ice cream man in all of Turkey, and we found him. No, they call it the Turkish Ice Cream Man, but obviously there's hundreds of Turkish ice cream men, and if you haven't seen any videos on the Turkish Ice Cream Man, you'll know why it's such a thing to do in Turkey. Another major checklist item in Turkey is to go and get some ice cream. So I thought it was going to be super annoying just because I've seen some videos where it's like really annoying, but it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I think everybody kind of enjoyed it. So anyway, I got some video of that.
Which one?
I did it, I think. You did good.
Just çok good, yeah? Ketchup mayonnaise? Ketchup mayonnaise?
Good time all around.
It was good ice cream too.
It was good ice cream. It was actually pretty tasty ice cream. So obviously, right after you eat ice cream, you have to follow it up. It's almost like, I'm not saying it's a law in Istanbul, in Turkey. I'm not saying it's a law, but if you are directly across the street from a spectacular Turkish delight maker, you have to go across the street. Doesn't matter if you just had ice cream. I don't know if you're thinking that matters, because it doesn't. You actually have to go across the street and go buy some Turkish delights, because this place, what's the
Hasibikir.
yes, that place. Now we in our couple videos now, I think we've talked about this, but we've had Turkish delight a couple different times, and nothing beats this place. It is, I mean, there's like, there's multiple places to get baklava in Turkey. There's multiple places to get Turkish delights. And if you find the place, you'll know why people call it the place, because it's fantastic. So the next day we went to see the Rameli Fort. Now in Istanbul, we talk about the public transportation system. It's very good. I like it a lot. It's clean, it's easy, it's very affordable. You know, it's just you got that card, you know, it just makes it so simple. And I like the fact that you just click it once to get in, and you can use the same card for multiple people. I think that's extremely convenient instead of having the same card where you have to log in and log out.
Yeah, and everybody has to have their own card.
Yeah, so you have to have 4 cards. Now, we have 2 cards because we each just, you know, click it ourselves and a kid and vice versa. But then you don't have to keep, you know, topping up 4 cards, which is kind of a pain. So topping up 2 cards, not that big a deal. So that you can go to the Rameli Fort, you can, you know, get a taxi, you could, you know, do the metro like we did, you can, you know, get a private tour, get someone to pick you up, you could drive there yourself, or you could rent a car. Obviously, there's lots of ways to get there. We like just doing the metro, and we like walking a lot. So we took 2 trains, and then we had to walk quite a bit, a few miles, a couple miles at least. We did a lot of walking that day. We've been doing a lot of walking, period, in Istanbul. And I talked about that in previous videos, how so walkable it is, this city. It's fantastic, and it's a lot of steep inclines, and, you know, and declines, of course. And but it keeps it interesting. You know, it's not a boring walk, and there's stairs everywhere, and Google does a really good job and shows you where all these stairs to cut through the different, you know, streets and that. So anyway, we knew we were gonna have to do a lot of walking, and so we wanted to grab a quick bite to eat. And there is what would you say, like 10 places at the edge of Taksim Square?
I would say that's on the low side.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So it's like right next to each other. There's like, you know, and then going around the corner, there's these duplicate shops. Some are on even under the same name.
Yep.
And they all sell like basically 2 things. They sell the doner wraps and they sell wet burgers.
Yep.
Now, wet burgers doesn't sound very appetizing to me. Wet burger, you know, doesn't sound good, but they're delicious.
And as far as I know, what I've seen online is that it's the same donor meat that they use for donors. And
So a beef and lamb mixture.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny, it tastes like beef to me, but
yeah, it's going to be mostly beef. Some of them actually do 100% beef.
okay.
And then it's a tomato-based sauce. And they put those both on the bun and then they steam it.
They're really delicious, and they're not too heavy. It's just, you know, just a patty and a bun, and it's steamed, you know, and it tastes like sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
You know, well, we're used to a sloppy Joe, but sloppy Joe is just ground beef and a tomato sauce, just, you know, scooped onto a bun. But this is actual patty, but it's a very soft patty, and it's very tomatoey.
Very reminiscent of sloppy Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, let me see in there. Oh, but it's a solid patty?
Sort of. It kind of falls apart. I've been told it's donor meat in a patty form.
Huh. Very much like a sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Not very substantial either, very light. That's why it doesn't need cheese, because it's got all the gooey wetness that you don't need the creaminess for the cheese. It is really good. D-Man, verdict? Is one going to be enough? Yeah.
It's kind of surprising, actually.
You didn't think it was going to be this good?
Uh-huh.
Well, see, I saw it on the Food Ranger, and he was just like kept ordering more and more, and he said they're really delicious. So I figured couldn't be that bad. But a wet burger doesn't sound appetizing. The name itself is not appetizing.
But he also has some weird tastes, and I don't always like everything he
That's
likes.
true. He does drink Camel straight from the udder.
I expect it to be like the
one in Malaysia.
yeah, the
Oh, you thought it was gonna be like a Rameli burger?
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this is totally different. I'm not gonna have another,
I'm not.
I'm gonna say room.
Yeah, me too.
It's really hot when you first get it.
Yeah, it's steaming.
It's not really like a burger, it's more of a bun.
Yeah, look at that steam pouring over there. That is a hot burger. It's not a big patty, is it? Little bitty old patty.
Are you sure? Because, you know, things change. And the Google Maps doesn't always have the right information.
Jones Boy approved, 100%. So that whole thing was like $8, you know, to eat 6 burgers, 5 lemonades, just a great deal. So we got to Rameli Fort, gorgeous, very, you know, obviously it's been there for, you know, quite a while, and it was built as a method of protecting, you know, that channel there, and it's built on the most narrow part of the Bosphorus. Well, we gotta stop because we have another vendor with his microphone.
I think this might be the watermelon guy.
Oh yeah, you picked up a couple watermelons from him. How much did those cost, by the way?
It was 10 for a smaller one, so about that big.
10 lira. So about $1.50.
Yeah, and then 15 for a larger one.
Okay, so $2.
Yeah.
Good. We've been eating a lot of watermelon too.
It's in season right now here.
Okay, I think he's done. We'll see. It will probably happen again in a few minutes.
Yeah, if somebody's buying something from him, they stop, they turn off their car, so then the player stops.
Right.
And then it starts up again because he starts his car again.
Yeah.
Yes, Rameli Fort was built. It was commissioned by Mehmed the Conqueror as a preparation for taking down Constantinople.
Just gorgeous, big, you know, big doors. It's a fort. It's a cool place to just kind of, you know, traipse around. It doesn't take long to go visit. I'm sure if you hired a guide, you would learn a ton about the history and all that. We kind of Googled it, Wikipedia'd it, you know, got the basic gist of it. You know, like I said, it was built on the most narrow part of the Bosphorus. There's a lot of cannons. Oh my goodness, we got another kitty. This is like the first time. Here, let me pull out my camera, just so you guys could see this. This is the first time. Anyway, this is what we're looking at right outside the window here. We got another friend. Well, should I go let him in?
Sure.
Well, you got a new friend. Okay. Hopefully they're friend with Tom. All right. Here. Oh, she's scared. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, there's some food. I'll back away. Yeah, take your time. Okay. All right. We'll see if they come. Yeah. See, we already have another cat. Obviously, we can't be that bad. All right, well, we'll just give them time. Okay, well, there we go. We got another cat hanging out. We'll see if this particular cat wants to come and hang out with the Jones fam. Seems like, oh, starting to peek in a little bit. All right. We'll keep you up to date. All right, well, let's continue talking about Rameli Fort.
Yep.
While this cat decides whether it wants to come in or not. So it was, like I said, it's on the most narrow part of the Bosphorus, so they could easily protect the channel. Very, very gorgeous place. But I do want to warn you, do not go there if you are sporting a tripod for your camera. I'm saying you can't go there. They're just going to confiscate it. And by confiscating it, means they're just going to hold it in the office until you can get it. But it was just funny because I got this little bitty old tripod, like 4 inches long. And they wanted to take it from me, put it in the office, and so I would have to come back in and to the office, put in my little slip of paper and get it back. They have some kind of rule about no tripods, and a lot of places have these rules about no tripods, but they're not talking about little bitty 4-inch tripods. They're talking about the long tripods for professional
cameras.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just kind of funny.
And another thing that you will see while you're at the fort is tons of kitties. They have dishes out, they have bowls of water for them, little cat houses.
Yep, and we saw a little troop of kittens.
Yes, they couldn't have been older than 3 months. They were adorable.
Yeah.
And teeny.
And teeny.
Kids going down the street.
So I don't know what kind of noise that is, but I had to open up the door to let this new cat possibly come in, and now we got all kinds of noise coming in. Anyway, I have no clue what that noise could be. It's like they're dragging something.
Plastic. Maybe they're using it to slide down the street because we're on a hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna close the window. Yeah, it was one kid dragging another kid on some plastic.
Okay.
Down the hill, as you thought. Anyway, wow, we're just having all kinds of fun little things happen. So right after the Rameli Fort, we got to eat at a nice little place called
Kiss the Frog.
And it was delicious. It was a seafood place right there on the water. Might as well eat at a seafood place. So we looked up, there's a ton of restaurants right there.
Yeah.
A lot of highly rated restaurants too. We just narrowed in on this one. Didn't get a play-by-play on all the food we ate simply because they're blasting the radio, and I can't, film, I can't have audio when the radio's playing because otherwise YouTube will, ding the video. And but anyway, but it was very delicious. Some great fresh seafood dishes. B-Man had some sushi. Aiden had a nice soup.
Yep.
I had this baked over thing. Anyway, I'll show you some clips of it. And it was just awesome. And I let B-Man eat the rest of mine because it was very light dishes. And anyway, he's just sitting there scraping it. But that was good. That was a great seafood place, wasn't it?
Yeah. I would dare say it was the best seafood that I've ever had.
It was that good. There's been a lot of fantastic food, period. I would like to actually go into a Turkish kitchen. I'd really love to do a cooking, at home, cook some, Turkish meals, go to someone's house like what we did in Mexico. That would be really cool. So if you know anybody who would like to have us over, we will pay for all the food. We would just like someone to teach us how to cook a nice Turkish meal. See if it happens or not. But that would be super cool.
Yeah.
And also, we are going to Antakya, the restaurant, our favorite restaurant so far, which is in our other video, Antakya Multivagi. We bid back. In fact, we're getting ready to go again tonight. This will be our third time going back to this place. Oh, so good. And we're gonna go to Antakya, which is close to Syria. And we're going to, meet up with some people there and, hopefully get shown around. And that'll be a nice little excursion that we have planned in the next few weeks.
Yeah. I can't wait.
So please keep us, replenished with all these suggestions that you guys have been doing a great job. And anybody new to the channel, if you know Turkey, you live here in Turkey, that would be really cool. If you have any good suggestions, we're willing to hear them out. We did recently go to the #1 recommended baklava place, and that Karakoy baklava. Is that how you say it, Karakoy? And it was darn good. And we figured out what I call the cheesy flavor is. And anyway, we'll go over that in the video.
Yep.
So.
It was really good though.
Yeah, it was. We'll see you.
Bye.